Have you ever found yourself planning your day around bathroom breaks or maybe even avoiding outings altogether because you're worried about an accident happening at the worst possible time? If that sounds familiar, I want you to know something right now. You are not alone. Incontinence is far more common than most people think, especially after 60, yet it's one of those topics almost nobody wants to talk about. And because it's kept so quiet, many people feel ashamed, isolated, or even as though they have done something wrong. But here's the truth. It's not your fault, and there's absolutely nothing shameful about it. Our bodies change as we get older, muscles weaken, hormones shift, and sometimes health conditions or medications add to the mix. For many, this means the bladder doesn't behave quite the way it used to. But while it's common, it's also deeply personal, and that makes it easy to hide behind jokes or excuses instead of addressing it directly. The problem is that silence only makes it harder. It keeps you from asking for help, from learning about solutions, and from realizing just how manageable this can actually be. What if I told you that dealing with incontinence doesn't have to be embarrassing, that there are practical, discreet, and even empowering ways to take back control of your life so you can feel comfortable, confident, and free again? That's exactly what we're diving into today. The first step is understanding what's happening in your body. As we age, the pelvic floor muscles, the ones that support your bladder, naturally lose some of their strength. For women, this is often compounded by childbirth years earlier or by menopause, when estrogen levels drop and affect those tissues even further. For men, issues like an enlarged prostate can add pressure that impacts bladder control. These changes aren't signs of failure. They're simply the result of living a long, full life. Your body has carried you through decades of experiences, and sometimes that means it needs a little extra support in return. One of the most effective ways to manage incontinence begins with rebuilding those pelvic floor muscles. You may have heard of Kegel exercises, and while they might sound simple, they're incredibly powerful. By regularly strengthening those muscles, you can improve bladder control, reduce leaks, and even prevent future issues. The best part? They're completely discreet. You can do them while sitting at the table watching TV or even standing in line at the grocery store, and no one will ever know. The key is consistency. Like any other muscle in your body, it takes regular practice to see results, but those results are worth it. Another important piece is staying ahead of triggers. Have you ever noticed how certain things, like drinking coffee or tea, seem to make things worse? That's because caffeine acts as a diuretic, which increases urine production and can irritate the bladder. Carbonated drinks, alcohol, and even some acidic foods, like citrus or tomatoes, can have a similar effect. This doesn't mean you have to give up everything you enjoy, but paying attention to what makes your symptoms flare can help you plan your day and avoid situations where leaks catch you off guard. And then there's hydration. Ironically, many people with incontinence cut back on drinking water to avoid accidents, but this often backfires. When you don't drink enough, your urine becomes more concentrated, which can actually irritate the bladder and increase urgency. Staying properly hydrated with water throughout the day keeps things balanced and helps your bladder function more normally. It might feel counterintuitive, but sipping water steadily, rather than gulping it all at once, can make a big difference. Equally important is removing the stigma in your own mind. Think of it this way. If you needed glasses to see or a cane to walk safely, you wouldn't feel ashamed of using them. Managing incontinence is no different. It's a matter of giving your body what it needs, not a reflection of your character or capability. This mindset shift is crucial, because embarrassment is often what keeps people from exploring the many modern tools and products designed to help. Today's incontinence products are nothing like what they used to be. They're thinner, more comfortable, and designed to look and feel discreet under clothing. They give you the freedom to go about your day without fear or worry, and they've been a game changer for countless people, who thought they'd never feel at ease again. Accepting help from these tools isn't giving up. It's stepping forward, taking control, and choosing comfort over constant anxiety. When you start to put these pieces together, understanding your body, strengthening your muscles, paying attention to your triggers, staying hydrated, and embracing available tools, you begin to see a shift. You stop feeling ruled by your bladder, and you start living life on your own terms again. And it's not just about the physical side of things, it's about confidence. When you know you've got a plan, that worry fades into the background. You stop declining invitations, you stop hesitating to travel, and you stop feeling like you have to organize your world around where the nearest restroom is. You deserve that kind of freedom, and it's absolutely possible. Now that we've laid this foundation, let's talk about some specific strategies that can make managing incontinence even easier. Simple, realistic things you can do day to day that will help you stay comfortable and in control. When it comes to managing incontinence, one of the most powerful tools you have is creating routines that work with your body rather than against it. For instance, scheduling regular bathroom breaks, even before you feel the urge, can help prevent accidents. This is sometimes called bladder training, and it's incredibly effective. Instead of waiting for that sudden, desperate feeling to hit, you anticipate it and stay one step ahead. Over time, this routine can actually help retrain your bladder to hold urine longer, reducing those urgent trips altogether. Another helpful strategy is to focus on posture and movement. Believe it or not, the way you sit, stand, or even bend down can influence how much pressure you place on your bladder. For example, leaning forward slightly when you're on the toilet can help empty your bladder more fully, which reduces those annoying double trips, where you feel like you have to go again just minutes later. And when lifting something heavy, or even just standing up from a chair, engaging your pelvic muscles beforehand, almost like you're bracing yourself, can prevent unexpected leaks. Clothing choices can also make a difference in both comfort and confidence. Loose-fitting pants or skirts and breathable fabrics can ease pressure around your midsection and help you feel less restricted. If you've ever worn something tight around your waist and noticed it seemed to trigger a leak, that's because snug clothing can put extra pressure on your bladder. Dressing in a way that allows freedom of movement while still feeling put together can eliminate that extra worry while you're out and about. Then there's the topic no one talks about enough: sleep. Nighttime incontinence, or waking multiple times to use the bathroom, can be exhausting. One trick that helps is to taper off your fluid intake a couple of hours before bed, but without skipping hydration during the day. Pair this with a routine bathroom trip right before you sleep, and you'll be surprised how much better your nights can feel. And if you still find yourself waking up frequently, it's worth speaking with your doctor. Sometimes it's not just your bladder. Conditions like sleep apnea or certain medications can play a role, and addressing them can make a world of difference. It's also essential to take a closer look at how incontinence ties into other areas of your health. For example, constipation can put extra pressure on your bladder, making leaks worse. This is why a fiber-rich diet isn't just good for digestion, it can actually reduce incontinence episodes. Similarly, maintaining a healthy weight eases strain on your pelvic floor muscles. These small lifestyle adjustments don't just help with bladder control, they improve your overall energy, mobility, and confidence. And here's something empowering to keep in mind: you don't have to figure this out alone. Speaking to a healthcare professional, especially one who specializes in pelvic health or geriatrics, can open the door to tailored solutions you might not have even known existed. There are physical therapists trained specifically to help with pelvic floor rehabilitation, and these programs often make a huge difference. What's wonderful about this is how private and respectful the process is. It's designed to help you feel supported, not embarrassed. But even beyond medical support, it's important to remember the value of community. Sometimes just knowing you're not the only one makes everything feel lighter. Online support groups, senior wellness classes, or even casual conversations with trusted friends can help strip away that sense of isolation. You'd be amazed at how many people quietly share the same experience but never talk about it. Above all, remember this: incontinence doesn't define you. It's simply one part of your health journey, and it's one that can be managed effectively with the right strategies and mindset. When you approach it head-on, with tools, routines, and a bit of compassion for yourself, you transform it from something embarrassing into something empowering. You're no longer just coping, you're taking charge. And taking charge does something incredible. It restores your confidence. That's what this is all about, giving you the freedom to enjoy dinners with friends without worrying about bathroom locations, to take that day trip you've been putting off, to laugh without fear, and to sleep soundly, knowing you're not alone in this. Now that we've covered these strategies and how they can change your day-to-day experience, let's talk about building a long-term plan, not just for managing incontinence, but for keeping your bladder healthy and reducing issues over time. Long-term confidence starts with one thing: dropping the shame. That feeling that something is wrong with you just because you experience bladder leaks, that doesn't belong to you. It belongs to a society that hasn't done a good job of talking about what's normal, what's human as we age. So let's start there. You are not alone. In fact, over half of adults over 60 experience some form of incontinence, and yet it's rarely discussed openly. That silence is what creates the shame, not the condition itself. The truth is, managing incontinence is not just about wearing the right product or finding the nearest bathroom. It's about understanding your body, respecting its changes, and making choices that support your freedom, your joy, and your lifestyle. One powerful way to do that is by making bladder-friendly living part of your normal wellness routine, just like eating well or staying active. Let's talk about hydration. Many people make the mistake of drinking less water because they're afraid it will make incontinence worse. But actually, dehydration can irritate your bladder and make leaks more frequent. It's about balance, sipping water throughout the day instead of chugging it all at once, and limiting caffeine or alcohol, which are known bladder irritants. These simple shifts don't require big changes to your lifestyle, but they can make a huge impact on your day-to-day comfort. Stress management also plays a surprising role in bladder health. When you're tense or anxious, your whole body reacts, including your bladder muscles. Practicing relaxation techniques like deep breathing, gentle stretching, or even mindful walking can help calm the nervous system and reduce the likelihood of stress-related leaks. Plus, these habits are wonderful for your overall health and mental clarity too. And then there's movement. Staying physically active helps you maintain a healthy weight and strong muscles, which includes your pelvic floor. But you don't need to join a gym or start lifting weights. Even something as simple as regular walking or senior yoga class can help keep your body in balance and your bladder better supported. The key is consistency. Every step you take toward strength is a step away from embarrassment. As you continue building confidence, consider creating your own comfort kit, something small you can carry discreetly when you're out. This might include a change of underwear, a hygiene wipe, or a pad you trust. Knowing you have this with you can provide enormous peace of mind, even if you never need to use it. It's not about expecting the worst. It's about being prepared so you can focus on living, not worrying. But just as important as what you do is how you talk to yourself. Instead of thinking, "I hope I don't have an accident," try saying, "I have tools to handle whatever comes up." That inner dialogue matters. The more kindness and reassurance you give yourself, the more empowered you'll feel to handle situations with grace. And if you ever find yourself feeling discouraged, remember that progress doesn't happen overnight. It's okay to have ups and downs. What matters most is that you're showing up for yourself, learning what works, and giving yourself the dignity and care you deserve. Every step you take, whether it's starting a new habit, trying a new product, or simply allowing yourself to breathe through a tough moment, is part of a larger story of resilience. So many people in their 60s, 70s, and beyond are rewriting what aging looks like. They're not shrinking into the background. They're stepping forward, strong, wise, and beautifully human. And you're one of them. You don't have to feel held back or embarrassed anymore. You have the right to enjoy every day with confidence, laughter, and lightness. If this conversation helped you feel seen or gave you a new idea to try, I hope you'll share your thoughts in the comments. Your story could be the exact encouragement someone else needs to hear. And if you'd like more tips on staying active, feeling your best, and living with strength and confidence after 60, make sure you subscribe to the channel and give this video a like. It really helps spread the word. And if you're looking for tools and trusted products to support your journey, check out the links in the description below. I've gathered a few resources that can help you stay dry, strong, and worry-free, whether you're at home or on the go. Here's to your comfort, your freedom, and living your best life at every age. You've got this. And I'll see you in the next video, right here on the screen.